A couple of years ago, when I was about 19, I think, I went to college for the first time. And as I did, I also moved out of my parents' house. Now, spoiler alert, the classes that I followed were not for me, and as well as, so I dropped out after about a year. I moved back in with my parents' house, and I'm gonna move out of the rain real quick. But that's not what the story is about, because when I moved out, as many people do, I bought all my cutlery and plates and all that from a second-hand store. And one of the things I got there was this very ugly mug. It was very bright on the outside, very bright white, and on the inside had this a similarly bright purple color. It was a mug so ugly that it became beautiful again. And aside from that, also very nice to drink out of. Now, unfortunately, when I moved back with my parents during the move, it got destroyed. But why am I telling you all this? Because today, in honor of that mug, we're gonna build it here on this server. Welcome to episode 4 of Symmetria season 7. And I know I said we were gonna work on here, but we're gonna build this mug first. And yeah, as you can see, I've been experimenting a little bit with houses. Don't like this one yet, but we'll see. I want to know first how big and how high mostly the house is going to be before I build in the roof. As you also can see, I also did some, I added some stone to the hills, and here also a little bit. So that's where the base is at right now, but you might be thinking, well, where are you going to build this mug, as it doesn't really fit in with this idea of a hidden village? Well, as it turns out, yesterday the shopping district opened, and I don't have a lot of diamonds. So we'll have to find something we can sell. I'm not sure about what yet, but we'll find something we can sell, and we'll sell it in the ugly mug. So we are here at our plot in the shopping district. You can see around us some other plots are dotted around, but this between the yellow concrete is ours. We have been asked not to modify the terrain too much, but I do think I'm gonna at least put this and maybe also a little bit of this, because I'm gonna need at least a bit of a floor here in the middle, and then we'll quickly go up, so it won't I won't affect the terrain too much. I think maybe at this point there's already been new locations added, but when I picked this spot, I think it was the last one left, and now that I'm looking around, you can kind of see why, as that's where the majority of the district is, and then here there is nothing much yet, but the district is going to grow an awful lot still, so hopefully in the future we'll have a better location. And in this chest I have stored a lot of stuff. Let's see, that's also those. So because we're gonna mostly need white concrete, so let's first try that, and then we're also gonna need purple, but for now I'm gonna keep that at 1 stack less. Yeah, this one we need. And then if we need more or less, then we can always use that. But for now I'm gonna turn this all into concrete real quick, and then we'll start building. So most of the shape is done. You have a slight problem though, and that is, if I press this, you can see I have, I think, 2 blocks here until the border, so I think I'm gonna have to build the ear of the mug like sideways, so I have at least a little bit of space, because it is mostly cylindrical and I don't have anywhere have the required space to build an ear otherwise. But I think what I want to do is build on this side maybe, or maybe on one of these two sides. So that when you are here you can actually see the ear, because I think that will make it a lot more obvious as to what it is supposed to be. So also I'll show you the inside. It hasn't been completed yet because most of this, like all of this, is going to be built like this. It won't have a lot of space to work with, but I think it will be enough for now. And very maybe we'll just add a ladder here and then build another floor on top. I'm gonna build the ear and probably put the inside in, and then I'll see you again. The mug has been completed, and well, as you can see over here we have just barely had enough concrete, but in the inside it is all purple now, and on the outside it's white now. What I think, since I have it, I think this might... No, okay, that did not look how I hoped it looked. But officially the ugly mug. So, now for what we're going to be selling. As you might have seen while we're in here, I have some resources here at the ready. It's a bit of a random assortment of things for now. But we'll deal with that later. I have plans for a couple of farms, so maybe we'll use those to sell things in here. But until then, it will just be a kind of a random assortment of things. And as you can see, I also have grabbed a lectern and a book and quill. And that is because this store, besides being named the Ugly Mug, or besides being an ugly mug, also the ugly mug has a different meaning, because for my village, I don't want to fill it with villagers, I want to fill it with armor stands, and also for future parts of my base, I am gonna need a lot of different heads, and what better way to get those than to buy them off people. So I've written a book. It reads, "Hello and welcome to the Ugly Mug. It is named that not only because of its shape, but also because you can pay here with your ugly mug. Just leave your player head instead of a diamond in the chest." So I'm gonna do the pricing of this, and I'll see you probably back at the base, or if something if I come up with something else, we'll get to that. I've spent some time mining, and I've gotten a couple of diamonds. They're in my inner chest right now because I didn't want to risk losing them. So gonna look around and spend a couple of those. But first I want to check on my store. I did see last night a couple of things were sold, so I did spend those immediately. We'll see if tonight or overnight something more was sold, and I also have a couple of blocks of redstone and coal to sell as well. So unfortunately, one thing sold, and I was gonna place this ender chest. Oh no. Here, and this. Oh, why is that not? People can buy their own stuff. But as you can see, we have 39 diamonds right now, so let's see if we can buy something interesting with that. One of the things I am looking at is a couple of iron blocks, and if I remember correctly, I can buy those here. I think it's 1 diamond a stack. Iron blocks 8 diamonds. That's cheaper, right? So no, wait, I do have. So let's do. Okay, but we'll do some shopping, and then afterwards I'll see you again. And we're back. I'm not exactly sure where I cut last time, since a bit of time has passed between the two, but I bought a bunch of books, which I've combined at this point. Actually went mining again, so we have some diamonds left, or some new diamonds I should say. And as you can see in my inventory, I also went mining in the nether and actually found some ancient debris. which we can of course use to make netherite tools. I think this will be good for 2. So that will be the silk touch pickaxe, and we'll figure out what else. But first I want to repair and gain some levels. But yeah, that's where we're at. As you can see, there is my second attempt at a little house in this area. I am gonna probably remove that again. And what I think I'm gonna do is first kind of like lay out plots and think a bit better about where I'm gonna put those houses and how high, for example, the roof of the lease is gonna be. And then once we have that, then I can hopefully start a bit more designing, because I simultaneously think it's too big and too small, if that makes sense. Like, it's too big for the area, but it's too small to be an actual house someone would live in. So I think after we've done made a bit of plots in the area, what I will do is find if I can see if I can find a village in the taiga biome. So then I can take some inspiration from that, because if I remember correctly, those are fairly small, and hopefully we can do some more with that. So I'm gonna quickly mine this, and then I will probably go and make the layout. So the layout has been placed. As you can see there, these blocks of course are going to go in the ground, and probably going to use slabs instead of full blocks, but this is going to be the place, or the walls gonna go around here, and then you can enter. I think this one needs to be one thicker, because otherwise you only have these 2 blocks in the end. Or maybe we'll make it something like that as well. But what I think that I might actually be able, or will need to do, is remove this again. And because if we climb up here, we have some area here, and I think if we close this, like this, it's smaller than this previous one. Also, this dog is also almost tame, but I think I had like 8 bones and it didn't. Oh, there's another dog, so maybe it's one of those at least. But yeah, so I think I might actually will need to remove this hill here again, and then make it a little bit bigger, and move some of the places here, because we'll be able to level all of that out then. And yeah, that way we'll just have a little bit more space, because everything feels very cramped now. Oh, and now that I look at it like this, it seems that I've, at least when I was building this, planning to have this as small as it is. We'll see. So how I've put it down now at least is, so this is going to be like the floor and the walls, and then on the sides we'll put some logs. And this glowstone is just to signal where the front doors are going to be, because I also made these paths. Yeah, that's also a thing that I come up with. These logs here, I want to because we're gonna have like a rooftop of leaves over it, and what I was thinking is the side of the mountain and of the hills can be laid around with these those trees, those spruce trees. And we'll have to shear them so that they are the same height as the rest of the rooftop. But I think that could look really cool if that's if that all fits as well. But yeah, so I'm not sure if I should remove this or if I should wait with that. I think what I'm gonna do is build a couple of the houses here, and it's probably gonna be very cramped. And then if I feel like it's too cramped, then we'll remove it, because at this point I think you count front doors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 houses we have, and 12 if you count my hobbit hole. So, and what's also is that there isn't much space here in the middle. I think if I remove this, then what we can do is place a couple of those those houses that are there now can be removed, and we can move those towards this area. And then when we have that, we can make like a kind of big center place around there, where now like 4 houses are. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. Yeah, now that I look at it, I think that's really the best plan. So I think I'm gonna come back on with the replay mod and we'll time-lapse it. So we have made a bigger hole. As you can see, I think I'm gonna also clear out a bit of this to make the area even a little bit more bigger. I'm just gonna do that now immediately. But yeah, so I'll do that when I'm not trying to talk. So this way we have a little bit more space to build our village in, and we won't have to force them to all live like right next to each other and give them a little bit more space. And yeah, I'll see you once I've got the new layout. And with that, I've placed a new layout. I don't remember exactly how many houses there were before, but I did 17 now, so that should be a bit more. As you can see, I've also... oh, that wasn't my intention, but sure. I've placed those blocks there because that's how broad they're fully gonna be. Like, there's gonna be the wall and then like pillars to hold up the roof, as it were. And as well as this was a little bit of tight squeeze. I probably should have made this a little bit more what's it called? Broad. Not sure if that's the right English word, but you know what this should have been more, right? What I think I'm gonna do is build each one, because there's a couple of types of houses. There's like this thing, there's these smaller ones, and then there is the these ones, the largest ones. So I'm gonna, from every one of those, I'm gonna build one of them and then kind of copy paste those to the rest of the village. So I'll see you once I've finished maybe one of them or maybe all of them, we'll see. So I have the first couple houses done, and all I can really say is if you care about things like material possessions, then this village probably isn't going to be for you, as people are even here sharing the roofs of their houses. And they live quite close to each other, and see in most houses there isn't that much room for anything really. So we have this open space here where people can live together, and yeah, the original idea for this village was to make it kind of like a fake village, or where it was my first idea was a bit much, especially since I don't know any redstone, but the idea was to have like these redstone contraptions that make like armor stands move around to make it look like people are kind of living here. And I'm gonna go partly with that still, in that there's gonna be armor stand villages here, and they're gonna have their small tiny houses here, and I'm maybe gonna build like a communal area, which I don't think will basically just be an open space with lots of lights above it. And what's gonna happen is that a couple of these houses, not all of them, but a couple of the houses will have holes downwards. And then I'm gonna go over to my nether portal over here. And let's see this. So on this level here, we're gonna hollow it all out. I think, because I have to check on what level it is, but I think either I'm gonna go 20 blocks down or 20 blocks up. I think 20 blocks down, or maybe 10 up, 10 down. This is gonna be like 20 blocks high, and it's gonna be a very large open area where we then gonna build the rest of our base. And then we'll have here kind of like humans walking around with their armor stands, and then underneath they're gonna kind of show their true forms, and they're gonna be all kinds of weird creatures. Yeah, see, this is 71, so it would be one block down otherwise. So I think I'm gonna go 10 up, 10 down. But so yeah, that's the main concept behind my main base, and as you can see, like similar to situations we had here where everything's getting very close up each other, we'll have similar situations over there. But yeah, that's it. Also probably gonna be it for this episode. I got only 3 houses done. I was hoping for a little bit more, but it is getting quite late. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye! So I was just mining in between sessions, as I often do, and I suddenly realized that I completely forgot about the leaf roof that I was gonna make, that I think I was planning to make an episode 3 and now also didn't do in this episode, so we'll just start with that in next episode. And this time for real, bye bye!